Oh, Vincent looks like Sammy Davis Jr.
Matt, get this intro off quick because I got a lot to say.
Vinny look like the Candyman.
Or the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland.
Big time Wonka vibes right now.
Vincent
Big time
Wonka.
Wonka vibes.
All right, welcome back to the League of Luck podcast. This is the championship edition. We have our championship in the room, dressed as Willy Wonka from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Give it up to Vincent, our champion. Let's go, man. Also, I got my pretty boy co-host, Hollywood figurehead 2021. Love him. We got Ross, third place, fourth place. We got Devin.
Be down third.
Runner up, dude. Runner up's worse than last place.
All right, Dev. I wish it was me.
Oh, you can never quite get there. You got into the playoffs this year, though.
So I was looking at before this episode. I was looking at the schedule, and for Vincent to accomplish what he did, he had to beat all four of us, and he did it.
And he did it.
I had to beat Al too.
And I hate to say it, but he did Devin twice.
Ooh.
You gave me twice?
He gave it to you twice, brother.
He did it kind of smoothly too. Like it wasn't that hard for him.
He ran through our entire division, bro. We had the best division, and he took it.
He took it all. He beat the top. He beat Al.
He beat Al.
He beat the top teams, bro.
I mean, I beat out too.
Yeah. V, what you got to say? Just get it out the way.
Hey, bro, look, I'm just honored to play with a group of good guys in fantasy, but at the end of the day, bro, it's all about luck too, man. I got some luck. But I'm gonna gloat tonight about it.
Congratulate you on. Did you envision starting Jarrett Patterson in the championship game?
No, hell no.
At the beginning of the season?
That was like the last case scenario for me, bro.
Wow.
What a call.
Wow.
It was a gamble. That's all I had left. That's it.
He rolled
Gamble
the
worked
dice.
out.
He rolled the dice, and they came up snake eyes.
Yeah.
You got your pair of Rams. The Rams, Odell, you stuck with them.
Mm-hmm.
Devontae, Aaron. They didn't have the best game this week, but
man, it was good enough. 30 and 20.
Yeah.
One player I was worried throughout the day was Singletary. I think the whole first quarter, I don't think he had a carry.
Nothing. He had nothing. I thought he got hurt.
Well, and AB had to quit mid-game.
Bro, I thought it was over for me right there.
I thought that was it, Dev. I thought you had it after that.
Me too.
Yeah.
We'll get to my. I'll discuss my day. Here shortly. I'll discuss the roller coaster ride that was my day in fantasy football, which inevitably turned out to be another runner-up performance by your boy.
Yep.
It's all good, man. You held it down. You put up a fight.
Devin, tell him what taking a shit is called now.
Well, all right, if we're gonna jump into it. So I know been in the league with you guys for a while. I know we don't like to discuss other leagues on this podcast, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that I am pretty sure I might have the most runner-up finishes in fantasy football history. It's like 6. I've still, to this day, have never won one. I've been in second place runner-up 6 times out of however many years that I've been doing this.
It's impressive, though. That's impressive.
Like the Buffalo Bills.
Right. So whenever from now on, I just want to kind of put this out there. From now on, whenever you go take a little dookie, some people like to call it, I need to go number 2. So from now on, I'd like to just say, from now on, when you got to take a shit, just say, hey, I got to take a Dev.
Gotta take a Dev.
Gotta take a number 2, baby.
Hey, BRB, going to take a Dev.
BRB. So,
Devin, who do you have the most conflict with on your team today, the day after? Who are you most upset with?
This is easy. I've never drafted him, 1, because of the team he plays for, 2, because I just never really believed in him. Not, maybe the position I've drafted, wasn't there, but this year I was in a weird spot. I was number 6. And I remember to this day, it was either him or Derrick Henry. And if I wouldn't have picked who I did end up picking, I wouldn't be here now. Yeah. But he definitely didn't have a great season. And his name is, and again, I will never draft this guy again. Ezekiel fucking Elliott. 4 points. 4 points. 4. The backup, Pollard, had more than he did. Not much, but more.
Yeah.
Would you take back the Russell Wilson Dak Prescott trade?
You wouldn't have made it either, though.
No, I wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't have made it. But if
he got hurt.
If by some miracle I did not make that trade and would have had him in the championship game, I'm pretty sure he had like 4 touchdowns or something.
Yeah,
it might have worked out, but again, I don't look. I rode with Dak the entire season. I think I didn't have him for 1 or 2 games, and I might not have won those games. I don't remember, but I'm not mad at that trade. Because
you wouldn't have had your 6-game win streak without him. That's when Russell was hurt. When you went on your run.
Yeah. So he didn't. I'm not happy with him.
Yeah.
But I will say he put up 31 for me in the semifinals, which helped me get to the finals. And he put up 23. He put up 23, man. So I really can't say anything. It was all Zeke, man. It was all Zeke. And I will say this might be a little greedy of me, but my boy, Cooper Kupp with 21 again. I know I might be a little greedy, but against that secondary, this he should have balled out. He should have put on a Devontae Adams.
You know whose fault that is, right? Vincent, whose fault is that?
It's Matthew's fault.
No, he's
he threw so many picks. He gave them the ball for a long time.
Yeah, I think it has to do with Odell too, though, man.
You think Odell?
Odell. Yep.
It was a perfect storm right there. Yeah, they had.
Isn't wearing this outfit right now without Odell?
No, he isn't.
He not. Bro, he turned it on at the perfect time.
But hell of a run by Cooper Kupp, man. What was his lowest total this season?
His lowest total was, let's see, I got it right here. Excuse me.
I'm gonna say 13.
13? I think it's more than that. I think it was like 18.
No, he had 11.4. That was the first. Then 16.2 was his second, 18.6. And then other than that, he never scored less than 20.5. Wow. And there's a lot of 30 plus performances in there.
All right, wrap it up.
Wrap it up. It's wrapped.
Yeah.
It's wrapped.
Amazing. Okay, just to put a button on this championship game. Obviously Cooper Kupp, great. Is there anyone on your team that you would want for next season?
I mean, I'd say Cooper Kupp for sure.
Keeper Kupp, dude.
Anybody I would keep?
Yeah, like if you could keep someone, who would you want to keep?
Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
What if Aaron ain't there?
Yeah. No, definitely not. No.
Yeah.
If he's not there, I'll probably go.
Probably still go Devontae.
Yeah, facts.
Leonard. Leonard.
No, I can't go Leonard.
You off
we
Leonard?
talked last pod that we're putting more stock in receivers now.
But not to be like a high pick.
I think he's going to go off the board a little bit higher this season coming up.
But we said last pod, next year, the high stock on running backs, we off that. High stocks on receivers now.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, man. I want my I'll roll again with Justin. If I can get Justin, I would want Justin.
Yeah, he's gonna be better too.
I'm iffy on Dalvin, but Dalvin's my guy too.
You know who
you mad at him, Serge? You mad at him?
I'm a little mad at him, but you know what? Me having Alexander Madison, I kind of didn't feel it all season. Mm-hmm. Like there wasn't like a game that I couldn't like plug in, and every time Madison played, he dropped 20. So. Yeah. I just had some iffy games, quarterback play, tight. It was just the weeks that I couldn't get it done. It's just there were too many. I just mad
at him because he kind of dudded out against Devin in the playoffs.
Mm. I'm upset at that. I wouldn't have put up a biggest fight as you did this week, so I would have got my ass whooped in the championship game.
I think out of I think out of the four, obviously myself, Vincent, and then Al and Ross, I still think, the two, the champ and the runner-up would have.
I didn't break 110.
Yeah.
Did you actually set your lineup though?
I did because I wanted to beat Al and get third place.
Because I saw Al, because I was looking to see, and I saw Al didn't have. He had Galladay in, and Galladay. I don't know if Galladay didn't play or that's just how bad the Giants.
No, he didn't say it. I don't care. But guess what? So he's fourth place now. I'm third. He's fourth. Doesn't matter.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. Well, Kyle whooped my ass.
Did y'all see the trophies that Fantasy gives y'all? I got a you tried.
Oh, nice.
It just says you tried.
Matt, what trophy did you get then?
The more
you got a you tried.
You get a ribbon. You get a ribbon though. You said trophy. You get the ribbon.
Yeah.
I get the Steve Jobs award, bro. I don't care.
Nice.
All right. Okay, Vincent, we off that.
We got the Lombardi, man.
He does, bro.
Get that shit framed.
Devin, what do you have?
Where do I find this at?
It's on the front page. I haven't even
on
looked.
the front page.
Oh.
Ross can't do it because he's on his phone recording.
Right.
Second. Cool, dude. Silver. Great. Cool.
I got you tried. And it says I finished in 6th place.
Mine literally
I didn't even get that.
Mine literally just says tuned. That's it. That's it. Just tuned. Cool. I don't even get a fancy little message. Just tuned.
All right. We'll go ahead and stop talking about this championship. Congrats.
Yeah.
Once and for all. Has the jackpot been wired to you yet? Have you received the jackpot?
Yeah, he says he's gonna send it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like Brian's gonna get his ice cream scoop tomorrow.
All right.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for a set of Cutco knives for my wedding gift, but it's fine. It's cool.
Where you got that hat though, Vincent?
Bro, that's from Mardi Gras, bro.
Yeah, bro. He humble with an 8-foot top hat on. Come on.
Like, I don't know on y'all screen, but on the phone screen, like it's off. It's off my screen.
A camel jacket.
Yeah, that shit way off the screen.
Hey, I'm gonna give myself an award real quick though. The most appearances on the pod on the slip.
I know, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, the guy that didn't want to be on it at first because he's not good on camera,
and then fell in love with it. Look at me.
We had to persuade. There was some persuasion.
Awards that came from myself.
You have been the most repeated guest on the show.
Hell yeah!
I think it's 4.
Nice.
What about Al? I think he's done one more than Al.
Ooh, Al's on it a good bit.
Yeah.
Nah, 3. Al's on it 3, I think.
It's all good. Whatever. You're on this one. This is the only one that matters.
The only one that matters.
But speaking of this season, me and Matt thought it'd be cool to kind of have like a flashback and kind of talk about this season's top moments. So we compiled a list and we're gonna rattle them off. So Matt, go ahead and get started so we can get this show on the road.
Number 1, we're gonna talk about Al's auto draft callback, and he ran with it. He was 10-6. Number 1 seed, got the bye week, and then what happened? He lost. The algorithm don't work.
Nope. It
backfired. He was forced to make moves. He lost.
Backfired. Unprepared. He should have had an Austin Eckler handcuff. I'm sorry. He just should have had it.
He really should have.
Why did he invest? He invested on a Carlos Hyde to back up Robinson, but
so Devin beat Al with Eckler's handcuff. Would Al beat Devin with Justin Jackson? Because Devin still scored a lot.
Yeah, Devin
scored like 160.
But I'm saying, if Al would have had the handcuff, like you're saying,
it would have been
won that game.
Well, that's 30 points. That would have been an Al side, and it would have been a more manageable game. Yeah. It would have been like he would have had to make another move or two, but it didn't help.
He still would have lost, but it would have been close. It would have been close. Yeah.
It'd have been closer, but he'd have lost still.
Yeah.
Man,
but it was just trending downwards towards the end. Like Jalen Hurts was kind of banged up. I don't know. Yeah. It just kind of it ran out of gas. But I mean, 10 wins.
Look,
still had a lot of wins.
Let me just say not to linger, but just to your fact that he had some banged up guys. Look, it's the end of the season. Everybody had banged up guys. I was scrambling. The champions was scrambling. You know, you got to scramble. You got to make the right moves at the right times, and that's the only reason I got in and why Al didn't get in. And you know, that's how it goes, man.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. You know?
Well, that was just an anomaly. I don't know if we'll ever get to the bottom of it, but we won't have one of those again. Because next year we're going to try and get all together and have a live draft. So
that's ideal.
Yeah.
What we got on the next on the list?
Yeah. Next up, we kind of touched on it, but it did have like it did kind of send the season down a certain path, and that was another draft day incident. And we thought Kyle and Devin's trade was pretty huge, even though in the moment it didn't seem huge. It kind of
it was big.
It was a pretty big deal to get you to the championship. So it
was a draft day trade,
and we didn't have that many trades, so we wanted to kind of talk about a few of the trades, and we thought since you made the championship, that was an important one.
Yep, no doubt. Thanks.
I don't know if it would have had a difference though on Kyle, because I think Kyle would have ended up rolling with Tom Brady each week anyway.
100%.
But then maybe he would have traded. He would have traded Dak to someone else.
Right. Exactly.
True.
He could have traded Russ though too.
Yeah.
Yeah. He could have.
Trade anybody?
The what?
Am I the only person that didn't trade anybody?
No.
I don't know, man. But
trade.
I tried, bro. I wanted Stafford for like 3 weeks. I wanted James Conner.
I needed him. I needed Stafford, bro.
Whatever.
P-Pow, the one team at the beginning of the year that we thought needed to make some trades, is the one who won the championship.
Right. That's a fact too.
He had in his squad, bro. He never wavered.
Welcome to the League of Luck.
Wow.
Alexa. I hate how you're just sitting there like that right now, dog.
Smitten? He's smitten
so much, bro.
I can't see him.
Just on your mountain of wins right now, dog. Fuck.
I got the fur towel on, dog.
So warm.
Anyway, back to the segment of the past. The trade, Surge and Little Match trade. Now, I was against the trade. I think it was a stupid trade, but I think it worked out more in Little Matt's favor. He's still the Sacco. We'll get to that. But he won 6 games, and he really should have only won 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then Christian McCaffrey playing 1 game for you, Serge, and then getting hurt immediately after.
Yeah.
That was tough, man. But I do commend Serge on wanting to trade with every team. I think he sent a trade offer to every single team in the league, and I love the activity.
I don't know, man. I think I probably could have put together some good lineups, obviously, if I would have kept CeeDee Lamb, Mark Andrews. Like, Andrews ended up balling all season.
Chase Edmonds too, bro.
I think I went 2-2 after that deal. I probably could have gone 3-1, and maybe like it would have changed seeding a little bit. Like maybe I would have finished like a game like where Devin finished. Like I don't know where I would have finished, but I mean I still made the playoffs. He didn't. So at the end of the day, I won the trade.
You did for sure.
You know what's crazy is that the 2 guys you traded for, which was your plan all along, ended up not really helping you much, but who did help you were those guys' backups.
Yeah.
Hubbard and Madison. Did you was that a trade too, or did you pick them up?
No, well, Al said something last week, and he was like, "You don't draft your handcuffs." With that specific, just history kind of has shown that Dalvin Cook goes out a few games each year. So I drafted Alexander Madison.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I told Matt, I'm not doing that trade if I don't get Chuba Hubbard.
Okay.
And another one at the last minute, we weren't going to do it, but I was like, look, give me Jacobs and I'll send you Andrews.
Right.
And then Jacobs ended up helping me too. So
it's crazy. The 2 guys that you had that like the main part of your trade to help you didn't even, because even when you played me, Cook didn't really.
Yeah.
It's legal luck, man. It's crazy how this shit works, man.
But Serge for the past years, Serge has always been big on handcuffs.
That's smart though.
For a while.
That's smart.
Which is smart. It's a strategy. It is a fantasy
like he said,
strategy,
with those particular running backs, with those 2 definitely.
Yeah,
Look,
for sure.
From now on, moving going forward in drafts, after the 8th round, I'm picking all 3rd and 4th string running backs straight up.
You
it's
have
all
to. I mean,
those are the ones that ends up. Look what Vincent. He dropped 20 points. I don't even know the fucking guy's name for Washington.
Especially with like the new protocols, like your guy could be out at any time.
Yeah, it's not even injury now. It's COVID.
Right, exactly. So
it did.
I think the new strat next year, if the protocols are still in place, is draft or try to get your handcuffs. It's a good strat.
Good strategy. I can't wait for the draft. Just talking about it, I'm excited. But enough about that. Going to other from the auto draft himself, Mr. Auto Draft this season. One big moment in this year was when Mark handed Al his first loss.
Yes.
We thought that was a big moment. Al was 6-0 or 5-0.
I think 6-0.
And we thought that was a big moment for Mark. Mark kind of fizzled out towards the end, but he got hot there for a moment. I thought he was going to be able to sneak his way in the playoffs, but
like he was.
He knocked off the top seed. So
I love that that happened. That was a huge moment in the league because, you know, Al was riding on the auto draft. He even changed his name to Algorithm, and he was playing on it. And when he got his first loss, it was downhill after that, really.
Well, remember, he was the Roman Empire, and that's when it fell. So
exactly. And the Roman Empire tends to fall.
Yeah. And that was a big reason why we decided to give Mark the most improved. That was a big win, and he had a lot of improvement from last season to this season. So he's going to be someone to watch out for next year.
He's a player, man. He stays involved. He stays engaged, you know. And look, if he would have snuck into the playoffs, man, look, we all know that last week of the playoffs, so much. I mean, Vincent went from last place to I don't know if last place to like. If Mark would have snuck into those playoffs, man, he had a really good team. Who knows what would happen, man? Good on you, Mark. Good on you, Mark.
Good job, Mark. What we got next, Matt?
Next, Days of Future Past. We got now. This one was big for me because so it's somebody. He started off 1-5. A few people started off 1-5, but this person in particular, we're not getting to you yet, buddy. Kidding.
Oh, I thought he was guaranteed talking about me. I forgot Devin started 1-5 too. My bad.
This person started 1-5, and he changed his name. You know, he was down on himself, but he said, "You know what? F that. I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna give up. I'm 1-5. There's like a 5% chance I get into the playoffs." He went on a streak, a pretty impressive streak, not the best streak, but Devin's win streak early in the season. It was inspirational.
Mm-hmm.
You know, most people would have given up, stopped setting their lineup, stopped trying to make trades, but you didn't. And look how far it got you.
Yeah.
So I commend you for keeping in the fight, the good fight, and leveling up, man. And I'm sorry that I had you was my guy. I wanted you to win, but I'm sorry you didn't. But Devin's win streak was very impressive.
Yeah.
After 1-5, 1 week of not caring, he wouldn't even have made the playoffs.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly.
And that changes the whole dynamic of the league. So it's very
one Dougie week would have kept him out the playoffs.
Yeah.
Fact.
No doubt. Hey,
it would change everything. Like it would have made everything, you know, a little different. Like each week you had to set your lineups, and like every week this entire season mattered. And I can't say that for like other seasons in the past.
No.
Like there were times where people weren't set their lineups for like weeks.
Right.
Yeah. And look, guys, I appreciate the love, but I'm going to accept this award on behalf of this entire league, because without the banter, without the podcast, without just the fun nature of this league, I might have given up. Not my nature, but you never know. You know, if y'all were a bunch of squares, you know, I'd have said, fuck these guys. But y'all are circles and complete me. And, you know, I want to thank you guys for keeping everybody engaged. And, you know, that's really honestly what it boils down.
Well, it's just respect at the end of the day, too. And there's levels of like accountability. Yeah. And you don't want to get called out on it. And now with the podcast, with the podcast, you can't hide.
No one's safe.
Dougie tried to hide. But you know,
Dougie ain't safe.
Yeah. But yeah, hell of a win streak, Dev. We thought it was a huge moment this season. We're gonna segue into the another win streak. You know, another guy in the 1-5 column. We thought Ross's win streak was also huge part of the season. He had a few more games than you, Dev. Y'all both made it to the semifinals. Rode a wave of Debo Samuel, Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Just 9 games. Crazy.
Most impressive streak in League of Luck history, I think, honestly.
Yeah. Because I don't even remember
what Devin already said. It was y'all slandering me on the pod that made me have to turn it up.
Yep. Glad we can motivate. Motivate. Yeah.
All right.
Who else you had? Who else? You rolled.
You already answered it. That's all I got to say.
Cordarrelle Patterson too. That was a huge one this season.
That was huge.
Jalen Waddle was big for me.
He
was huge for me. He was the only him and Debo was my most consistent players I had all season.
What about the Stallion?
I didn't have the Stallion.
Oh, sorry. I digress. Sorry.
Yeah. No, but huge. I mean, this year had a lot of like strange, like with the rookie receivers too. The rookie receivers really showed up this season.
All doubt.
Waddle, Chase. Jesus, Chase might go first round next year.
Kyle's another one. Like y'all were talking about Mark. If Kyle would have beat me first in the playoffs, he might. You never know what he could have done.
Hey.
This week he showed out. He dropped like one hit. He would have beat you, V.
Yeah, he would have beat me.
Yeah.
Shit, Matt would have beat me this week too, right?
Yeah. All right.
But segueing from Ross's win streak, I want to get into one of the best segments we've ever had on this podcast, and it was the Ross's baby picks from our undisclosed source that got picks that Ross has never seen himself. I'd like to shout out that segment. I loved it. It was creative. It was very
one of my favorite segments
of all time.
I found out the source, but it was she was smitten by it too.
Full credit to my co-host Serge for coming up to that, and full credit to Devin for actually getting them. Incredible source.
Quickly
incredible
too.
segment.
It was all we thought about it that last day before we started shooting.
It was amazing.
It made my mother's day.
Yes.
Let's bring
another pretty cool segment.
Be a 3-hour podcast. You bring Pam on.
Yeah.
Another cool segment that we really enjoyed was me and Matt were thinking about what to do for Dave's episode, and we ultimately decided to get Miss Gina on his episode and surprise her.
That
was a good one. That was a good one.
We got her too. Shout out.
Good one, bro.
Like we pulled that shit off, bro.
Yeah.
Like we had Gina. She looked like a thumb.
That was reminiscent and everything. It was good though.
It was awesome.
It was. Dave had a couple memorable cameos this season too. I think
Dave did have a few. He had the naked running up the stairs.
That was the one for me.
The shirtless.
Yep. We the one where we gave him mid-season MVP.
Yeah. He wasn't even a guest. He was just there, shirtless again.
Yeah.
He tends to be a tiny shirtless man.
What else we got, Matt?
Another segment was the whole Mike Boone debacle. Nobody thought he was a real human.
I still don't.
I picked him up off the waiver. He scored 0 points. I didn't even think he was real. I just picked the first dude I seen, and we literally had to do a whole Google search to find out if he was real. and fact check that he is real.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a practice squad guy that got on the field because of the new protocols. But I drafted him. I picked him. And next year, I'm going to pick him up again just for old time's sake.
You're going to draft him.
I'm drafting him second round.
Jeez. All right. That was classic. Another one was Dave getting eliminated from the playoffs on the last week of the season by Mr. Kyle. Kyle pulled together a couple wins. Dave was number 1 in his division, and
dude, that week, like that week was because like Vincent wasn't even in the playoff picture.
No. It was the insane week I've been a part of in fantasy, bro.
Y'all needed so much to happen,
bro, and it happened.
Like I was just hoping to get in.
Right.
Points, wins,
and then I logged
everything.
in, and it was like I'm in first place. Like, come on, man.
But
like,
you couldn't just win. You need to win with enough points to pass somebody.
Right?
Yeah,
I needed to. Yeah, exactly.
He had like 5 points. Literally.
What does anybody remember? Vincent, do you remember where were you in last in your division at that point, or like 4?
I think he was second to last.
I was either second or I was the second. Yeah. We was like
Second
three
to
of us
last.
was tied.
They needed Dave, Mark, and Brian to lose.
Yep.
And he needed to score more points.
But then catch him in points also.
Yeah, exactly. And he did. 5 points by 5 points.
Crazy.
And he's the champion now. That's the league of luck.
That's why this year was awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. This is the best year by far.
I remember the last podcast I was going, I don't know if it was 3 podcasts ago or whatever, we were all saying, or I think Brian actually, Brian was the one that said that he was the one that was like, Vincent's got a good team. And we were all like, but Brian was on and he was like, and we were all kind of like, watch this dude sneak in and win this shit.
That's 100%.
How it works.
100%. Yeah.
Very reminiscent of the 9-7 Giants that beat the undefeated Patriots.
Yeah. Fact.
Got hot at the right time.
Mm-hmm. I think they might have even been 7-9. No, that was the Seahawks, right?
No, they were 9-7.
They were 9-7. Yeah.
7-9.
That was the Seahawks were 7-9 when Marshawn Lynch ran through our entire team.
Remember that?
Erase that segment. We don't remember that.
Timestamp.
Men in Black.
All right, what's the next up?
The next step is beautiful. When we gave out awards and Al got silver and was absolutely pissed about it.
He went outside.
He was so
he
mad.
Was visually upset, and he didn't want to let it show, but you could see it. And it was beautiful. I want to screenshot the video.
At first, he didn't want to accept the
avatar.
award, but then he collected himself and said he will accept it, but then he shit on the award at the same time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
It's a great moment,
first, he
man.
rejected.
That was the third time he's ever smoked a cigarette, was that night.
Yes.
And even Brian was like, look how fast he's rocking in that chair.
Yeah.
He was so mad about having silver.
The thing is, like when we were compiling the awards, we didn't look at it as like a slight. We didn't look at it as like a diss. But for whatever reason, the way that it came out, it just came out like offensive.
It did. It really did.
Because it was like the last award, and the way he like prompted it, he was like,
He was ready for it.
He was like, wait, that's it? Like Little Matt got 2 awards and I didn't get anything? We were like, wait, you got silver? Oh, man.
Smacked him in his face with the silver.
And I can attest to it. Silver fucking sucks. So
he took a dev.
Yeah.
He took a dev, dude.
The Dev Award.
Yep.
Al would have won. How'd y'all feel?
Hey,
from
man.
now on,
Time
second
out.
place.
Vince, hold up. Vince. You just won the league. You just got all that money. But your audio is so poor right now.
It is.
Yeah.
You gotta buy it.
I think you just got to scoot up.
No, his voice is deflecting off the bill of the hat.
His hat's too big. He can't
There you
scoot
go.
up.
All right.
That's better.
Now I said, what would y'all do if y'all done that? Al would have won it. Like,
Quit the league.
Yeah.
Forever. Quit.
That would have
This
been
podcast would have been totally different.
Yeah.
what?
That would have been tough.
There'd be no end of the year pod at all.
But honestly, though, like obviously we don't know what's going to happen, but I knew he wasn't going to win it.
I mean, I did too.
Like I just saw the matchups and I saw the way it was headed, and I knew it was going to catch up to him based on like the other teams that were out there.
Right.
And he was too confident, man. We said it already. If he would have paid attention, played the waiver wire, things could be completely different right now.
Handcuffs.
Yeah. Y'all said it earlier. He had a hot start, and then after that hot start, after like week 6, he was very wishy-washy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Then he did have some bad luck in the playoffs, but he set himself up for that.
Kind of.
He got too cocky.
Yep.
That silver medal really got to him, man. Really got to him. not in a good way. Not in a good way. It kind of screwed up his mojo, man. You know.
But I wanted to say, from now on, the runner-up trophy is going to be called the Dev.
Yeah.
Cool. I hope I never get it again, but cool.
I think
you were born to get it, dude.
Yeah.
Well, you got 6. You have 6.
Like obviously, Al, we're just messing around with you, man. But hopefully you can look back and just laugh at it because it's pretty hilarious.
It is
totally just messing around with you, Al.
It was a very memorable moment, and we're glad we captured it. Is all I'm saying.
His reaction made it.
Yeah.
Yes, it was amazing.
We're still gonna need that legal help someday, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I want to burn that bridge. Do not want to burn that bridge.
Disclosure.
Another good moment this year was catching little Matt in the act of cheating during his trivia session with Matt. He still denies it. He makes excuses for it, but it's clear as day that it happened.
Clear as day. There's no denying it.
Yep.
He has no case. He didn't even argue it. He has no bounds to argue. I don't even think he knows how to argue, honestly.
The worst type of person is when you're caught red-handed, it's still try to deny it and do anything you can. I mean, just accept it, man. You're a cheater. You're a loser. Love you, but you're you're a sacco. And
honestly, like
from there on, it went downhill from there.
Yeah, if he'd have just owned up to it, man, maybe his luck would have gotten better. Maybe his punishment wouldn't be harsh, but we still haven't had a punishment for him. Maybe he picks the worst pick in the draft next year as punishment.
I don't know.
Well, like Devin said, he funds the food for the live draft.
No, that's just because he's the sacco.
So he needs 2 punishments.
Yeah.
He's the sacco and the cheater, the double negative.
How about this? He has to buy all the canes for the draft party and can't eat of it.
Did you say canes?
Well, yeah, I like canes.
A dry-ass chicken, man. What?
Devin wants to make this man fast for 48 hours.
Yeah.
Well, he'd survive on saliva alone from his.
Oh, dude, he's not lacking in hydration. I'll tell you that much.
From his fucking deviated septum.
Bro, I think I had a lot of waiver wire pickups. I think little Matt had twice as many as I did.
Right.
Wait, hold on. He just made another just now.
Breaking.
Fuck, dude. He just picked up Mike Boone off of waivers. Crazy.
Little Matt, new award. Little Matt is the troll of the waiver for this year.
No, but I say that to like, he's annoying and whatever, but he does participate.
He does.
Exactly.
And I love him. I love him for that.
I would rather, this might be bold to say, I would rather another person just like little Matt, no offense, without having someone like Dougie not trying.
There was someone last season. We're not sure who exactly it was. No, there was no visual on this person last season, but he kind of participated a little bit. I remember getting some phone calls about some trades.
Alex kid?
Yeah.
That was little Matt. He negotiated trades just like little Matt. That was little Matt.
Yeah, it was definitely.
That was little Matt on a burner phone.
Yes. Dude, they negotiated the same way.
Brian is convinced that kid Alex is little, like he is convinced that was little Matt and doing his team too.
I am too.
Well, it's based on his activity. It could very well be so.
Right.
Same time.
My friend from North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
I
have friends. Yeah. All right.
Last but not least, I know we touched on it earlier. But the best win streak of the year, man. To win it all, we got to give it to you, V. Crazy. Like I said earlier, you beat all of us, every one of us, and you came from behind and did it. Crazy.
He never took the banter towards his drafts personally. He never got too mad. He stayed cool, calm, collected, climbed his way to the fucking championship.
And another thing is he always communicated too. He was always in it.
Yeah.
He was always but he would throw just something out there, just one or two things.
Very subtle.
He was always there.
It was subtle, yeah.
And he was always confident
Very
in his
subtle.
team. That's what it always was. He never was not confident in his team.
Yeah, I never was not confident, and also it's my first time in your league, so I'm gonna be humble until I win something. I can't brag until I win something.
That is true.
I can brag now.
You can.
It's forever, man. It's your name's etched on the trophy that doesn't exist. But
we never gonna forget this year, man. We never gonna forget it.
Hey, your name's up there with the likes of me and Al. So, and Connor.
I just realized something.
Left.
The thing you're hitting with the hookah, compared to what you're wearing, looks like a wand.
I've been thinking that the entire.
I'm a wizard, man.
You are.
Every time I see him holding, I think it's a wand, and then he hits it and smoke comes out. So I'm like, it's not a wand. So,
bro, I'm about to change my name to the Black Harry Potter. Bro.
You're just a magic.
No.
Magic man.
Vinny the Wiz. Let's.
That's a good one.
The other Harry Potter.
The
other Harry Potter.
Fucking champ Black Harry, man.
But what else? That's the list me and Matt came up with. Y'all have any other memorable moments from this season?
I mean, we slightly touched on it, man, but that last week of regular season going into the playoffs, man, was fucking
classic.
It was special. And, I just, just the memory of this league. I've talked to people that aren't in this league, I'm probably dropping out of dynasty league. My full focus is on this league. I mean, it brought all of us closer. I feel like we kind of had a disconnect here for the last, year or two. Not everybody, we all have our individual deals, but
I agree.
I mean, this is the Crashers, man. We're back. You know what I mean? We're back in the best fucking way. Nobody could touch us. The sky's the limit. Not only with this league, with this podcast, with life in general, man. I mean, we got a wizard in here. We got a fucking the donkey number 2 over here. We got the fucking podcast specialist over here. We got my boy Ross with a great streak. Didn't help him to get to the final, but whatever. We did great, man.
It was exciting though.
Beautiful.
I'm in 2 leagues, and my other dynasty league is my baby. I put a lot of time into that team. This year, this league, maybe not even care about that team.
Yep.
Same.
I cared about this league the most I've ever cared about a fantasy team ever.
Definitely.
Hey, can I tell you how many other leagues I've ever been in my life?
We know.
Exactly.
You can say it again.
This is the only league I've ever been in. Ever.
But there was a few years since Dynasty you wasn't having fun.
There was one. I played Dynasty for 1 year and I left the next year.
We brought the fun back though.
And then this was my first year back since my hiatus.
I said it. All glory to Matt, dude. Without Matt,
Surge.
Making his Surge with the pot. But I'm saying
you rebelled against the Dynasty.
You rebelled against the Dynasty. And we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. You know what I mean? And
I did.
He said he was off that.
Look, if I come back, we got to go back to the original League of Luck.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There's part. I mean,
the
concept of it. I mean, I think we can always evolve and make changes, but I think this is pretty much I think we found a sweet spot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I say don't pitch what ain't broken, man. This works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works.
Seriously.
We had that board meeting. Before the year started. What we were gonna do? We decided no keepers, no nothing. We decided this, and it worked out.
Another crazy thing is I want to bring back up the draft itself, because we had just got hit. I was living in Laplace. We got hit by the worst hurricane in Laplace history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So every a lot of people in Louisiana were displaced.
Yeah.
So I know me. I was drafting at a ranch in the middle of the woods in Zachary, cutting in and out. I know Al was in Lafitte, and Lafitte got 8 feet of water. So he was drafted in and out. So that was pretty memorable too. To start the league, start the draft after a disaster, and now everything's getting better. The league's getting better, just everything, man. Like I love it.
I do want to say that we talked about it. I think that we have to have a live draft this coming year because I want to start doing. And I think we should have another podcast.
And we're gonna film it.
Yeah. And I think we should have another podcast to kind of discuss, future rulings, maybe some changes, whatever. But 100%. I think mainly I want to do something with the draft being live to where the loser, like I said, if Matt brings Kane to the next one, I just feel like we should incorporate last place does something for the next year's draft. So I just think we should try to. Yeah, so I know you're out. You're not here, but if we try to plan everything,
we'll make it happen. Like I'll come in for it. We'll make it happen.
We just can't make it like, the draft's next week. We need to
plan for it. But here's the beauty about that is like we're going to be in constant contact with this new format. That it's going to be a lot easier.
I really enjoyed the year we did it with the board. I like doing it. Yeah, that was cool. I like doing it.
I love that.
Yeah.
But we got to give Serge enough time to plan to get here.
Serge, were you there for? We was at Brian and Devin's work. Were you there for that?
Devin was. I mean, Serge was the only one who zoomed it.
Yeah,
I don't think Al was there for that either. Al wasn't there. He zoomed it too.
Yeah.
That was the year that Dave dropped the ball and didn't get the draft board, so we had to make our own.
Yeah.
No, that was 2 years in a row because the one at Yaya's, Dave didn't get a draft board.
We had to go get that day, right?
Yeah, we went and got it that day.
At Barnes and Noble.
That was
Wow. I think something that works is the number. I think 12 is the ideal number.
Oh, yeah.
Ideal.
I think some years we've done it with 10.
And 13.
Or like 10.
If you do 10, everyone's team's too good.
Yeah. 14 would be interesting, but you would have to have a reliable 14.
But 14 breaks the gap of like good teams to bad teams. Also,
it does.
But I like 12 because imagine this year with 14 teams, it wouldn't have went how it went.
No.
This year was
this year.
There would have been some teams. There would have been more than just like Dougie and Lil Matt who fell off to the bottom.
Yeah. Right. What made this year so good was parity. There was so much parity between everyone. Everyone was like one game from each other.
And thinking about it, it was just Lil Matt because towards the end, I think 2 weeks out, Dougie still had a shot.
Yeah, he did.
If he'd have set his lineup, he could have been in the playoffs.
Exactly. What I was saying about Devin took him 1 week of not setting his lineup. Fuck him.
Yep, because he finished with 8 losses, I think.
Yeah.
Vincent had 7. I had 7.
Right.
I was 7-7.
Vincent won at 7-7.
Jeez.
Crazy, man.
It's been great, man.
Great year. Great year.
Amazing. And this is only year 1, dude.
I wish we could just do another draft tomorrow and start another one.
Like a playoff one? Like just playoff draft.
Yeah, playoff draft.
I mean,
it would be cool.
I mean,
if it's a thing. I want to go back to let's up it a little bit again. Let's go back to 100.
We will.
Well, this was COVID rules.
Let's make that pot a little
hurricane.
Yeah.
Let's make that pot a little fatter.
Yeah,
I like 100. We could do 100 next year. We'll vote on it for next year and just see how it goes.
Hurricane spending.
Yeah, I think next podcast we need to do like some. We'll have to have the commish or whoever that is, and maybe try to get everybody at least. If we could get 10 of the 12 people and try to get some new rules. Vote on rules right now.
We've been trying to do that all year.
I know.
Yeah. There was one episode we had.
Day is the most important thing.
Yeah, it is. There was one episode we had a majority. We don't have a majority right now.
I think we have 8 people.
We can't get any business done. But all we need is 7. We just need 7 people, and we can make some changes.
Because that is the majority. Also, this new platform, we could expand this into so many other things too, guys.
I agree.
So, and that's the beauty in it also. Like we don't have to stop here. We don't have to wait another year to get to it. We can expand on so many other things. So
I can see into your mind right now, and it's just working.
It's just
working.
We've tried some things. Me and Vincent, we did a Saints episode, and then me and Matt, we just started doing these movie trailer episodes.
Yep.
But
I want to keep going on that. I know Devin had some talks of doing something. I know Ross wants to get in on something. So I mean, we keep it running, dude.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Every week, I love it. I love this.
We could do a middle of the off-season pod where we discuss the draft dates, new rules, if we're going to change any, all that kind of shit too.
Mm-hmm.
We got to get this date narrowed down so Serge can get here. I ain't seen Serge since Brian's wedding. I think that's 2016.
It's been a minute.
Just saying.
It's been a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But I can move a little differently now, so we can make it happen.
The last time I physically saw Serge was probably that draft at Yaya's.
No way.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't, but still.
I think the last preseason game is usually like August 28th. Like it's like the end of August.
Yeah.
So I mean, somewhere around that week or two.
Yeah, we just got to decide on it and make everyone like mark their calendars. Like pending something crazy, like there's no excuse not to make it.
Yeah.
And reach out to either Blaine or Connor who wants Dougie's spot too.
Yeah.
Or we could have a pod with Dougie and let him stake his case. Let him defend himself.
He's out.
Because he did mention showing interest in being on the pod.
Where is he?
Exactly. Yeah.
He's out.
Exactly.
Hey dog, I be too busy, dog.
My dog had obedience class today.
I be at Fade game, dog. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, dog. I be busy, dog.
Dude, I don't like that excuse, man, because we all busy.
Yeah.
So my last head showed up late. They showed up late.
I'm bearing a child right now.
Serge is saving the world, one person at a time.
And the league.
Vincent is dressed like a wizard, bro. Come on.
Vincent got a fox fur on, bro.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know if we're closing this out, but
yeah.
If we are and if we're not, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say my final piece. Again, said as much as I can about this league. Serge, Matt, fucking stand-up job. Y'all saved this league. Y'all saved the Crashers. Vincent, I want to kind of welcome you to the Crashers, even though you've always been here in spirit. But
I think he just welcomed himself for the championship. But
definitely. But I'm gonna close it out with this. I'm tired of being a Dookie. I'm tired of being number 2. Next year, it's mine. So I'm gonna win it next year, and that's that. So that's it. Love you guys. Love the pod. Love the league. Love the world. Love y'all.
I'm gonna second that. I agree with you. I'm gonna be a little more humble though. I just want to make the championship next season. Yeah. I'll give me your number 2 slot, and we'll just take it, baby steps. So for next season, my goal is I'm going to be in the championship game. I may not win it, but I will be there. If whoever I'm facing, I will be there.
So you'll lose to me. Cool. Done.
Yeah, I'm gonna third that and say More Handsome Matthew is coming for his 3-piece. I will have my 3rd championship, my name etched on that trophy, wherever the heck it is, for the 3rd year, baby. I'm coming get it. I want the beans.
V, you going back to back?
I'm repeating, bro. I'm repeating.
I
had to think y'all believers out of me, bro.
He's gonna have a VP.
Tough line, bitch. You gonna draft that same team?
Hell no.
Team of veterans, dog. They all old. Ross, what about you, man?
Hey, man, I'm just praying for a hot start unlike this year. That's all. I'm gonna be very humble. Humble. I got that win streak that had some luck in it. Anything happen in playoffs, I just praying for a hot start. I had some bad luck beginning this year. Yeah, just want a hot start.
Love it, man.
Just like I did with Devin, I'm gonna piggyback off of Ross too, and I don't want a hot start. Give me a 1. I want to start 1-4 next year.
Yeah.
Give me a 1-4. That seems to be the recipe.
You don't want a podcast.
That is the recipe.
By YouTube.
No,
talking
it's
about a team with a 1-5 start.
Bro, I think Vincent started 1-5.
Huh?
I think Vincent also started
take,
like 1 and 5.
Take a little 2 and 3. 2 and 3.
He handled it better than I did.
Dog, I started 5 and 0.
See, that's I'm off that. That don't
Yeah,
work.
off that too.
That don't work.
The hot starts.
Hot starts don't work.
The hot starts make it soft. They make it soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, you go from this to this.
Make it flaccid.
Give me 1 and 5 and a Big Mac all day. I'll take it. Done.
Nah, dude. I took work off. I took off work to make a comeback, bro.
It's close, man. You made the Final Four, bro.
You did,
I'm happy for you though, Vincent, bro. I'm happy for you.
I am too, man.
All right, Matt. It's getting late. Go ahead and say the final words of this season finale.
So this has been an amazing year. Once again, shout out to everyone that has been participating. Shout out to Vincent, the rookie that took it all. Came dressed as a wizard. I love you even more for that. I can't wait to expound on this league. I can't wait to have bigger and better things and more fun. From the bottom of my heart, I said it once, I said it a million times. It's the only league I've ever been in, and I'm so glad that it is a place of fun, of banter, of love and hate, of many more years to come. I love y'all, and with that ending, I hope everyone enjoys and look out for what's coming next.
That was well right there.
Great.
Peace.
Number 2, bitch.
Till next year.
Till next year, guys. Love y'all.
Love you.
Later.
Bye.